Hello, my name is Oslin, and today I am going to be taking my first real dive into romance books. I'm so excited for this. I've had Reckless for a while, and I got like 100 or so pages into it the first time, but I'm gonna be finishing it for this video, and then I'm gonna read Wild Love, also by Elsie Silver. And I'm so excited. So technically, I finished House of Earth and Blood before I started this, but these are the first contemporary romances that I have ever read. So yeah, it's very exciting. I am usually like a thriller horror reader, so this is obviously like opposite end of the spectrum for me. But I'm really excited to broaden my horizons during the month of love. So it's been a few days, and now I am like 240 pages into Reckless. So I'm like a little under 2/3 of the way in, I think. And currently, I am pretty annoyed with the main character because it's like, oh my god, we get it. You're insecure and you have trust issues because your ex-husband's a terrible guy, but like, oh my god, girl, we get it. This man is literally bending over backwards and doing everything for you. Please. He literally cannot like turn around, or else she's like, oh my god, he couldn't even look at me. But I really like Theo. I really like the man. And I'm also enjoying that he's not necessarily like putting up with it. Like, he is getting a little annoyed with her being like so doubtful of him when he's like, I've literally given you no reason at all to doubt me. Like, what is this? But I have an inkling that she's about to stop and like finally come to the terms with the fact that like he actually wants to be with her. Because it's like, girl, if he just wanted to take the baby and run, it would not be that hard to do that. I don't want to fully get into it, but girl. Yeah. Other than that, which like obviously that was like a pretty big rant. But it's just like, I understand. Obviously I understand. Like, her husband was terrible to her. She's having a hard time opening her heart up to someone else again. But yeah, like I said, I think that is about to like stop. So I'm gonna carry on. Okay, so I finished Reckless. Oh my god. I loved it so much. So I'm very excited to start Wild Love. I really love Theo. My previous issue that I had about Winter being like annoyingly insecure was very quickly resolved. Theo was like, what the hell's wrong with you, basically. So good. And the ending was so cute. My problem is I need authors to write like sequels of the people just like living their lives together. Yeah, I'm gonna start Wild Love soon. I kind of want to sit on Reckless a little bit longer, but I'm really excited to start Wild Love because I loved Reckless so much. And the sex scenes were also very good. Okay, so two things. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Reckless while it's still like fresh in my mind. Um, I loved it. I love the reverse grumpy sunshine. I really relate to Winter, even though she annoyed me. I think I relate to her because I like see so much of myself in her. But yeah, so good, so good. I picked a perfect book for myself, I think, to start romance with. I did not think I would like the accidental pregnancy trope as much as I did, but wow. Wow. So I also wanted to do a little haul because I just went and bought a bunch of romance books from Target. Here's my little stack. I got People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I didn't even read the synopsis. I just wanted to read an Emily Henry book, so. And I got 3 more books from the Chestnut Springs series. I would have gotten all 4, but they didn't have Heartless. Yeah, they didn't have Heartless. But I got Hopeless, Powerless, and Flawless. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read these. I don't know when I'm going to read these ones because I'm going to be reading Wild Love in the rest of this vlog. But I got 2 more. I got Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage because again, I'm a cowboy romance girly, I believe. And then I got The Pumpkin Spice Cafe because my boyfriend said that the title or the cover looked cute. So, yeah. Now I'm gonna actually start reading Wild Love because I think I've gotten my non-spoiler thoughts out. Maybe not non-spoiler, but like not as in-depth thoughts out about Wild Love. So yeah, I'm gonna start reading and highlighting. Alright, so my final thoughts about Wild Love. I love it. I love it so much. Oh my god. I love Ford. I love Ford so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Give me an awkward, super hot billionaire who was like not that hot and super awkward and nerdy when he was growing up, so he like doesn't realize that he's like, oh my god. And the smut was perfect. It was so good. It was so good. Literally, I don't think I have any notes. The only thing that I would say is that you do kind of have to like suspend your disbelief a little bit about like his money and his job, I guess. But this is my first billionaire romance, obviously, so I don't know if it's normal to have to suspend your disbelief a lot. I mean, I assume to an extent it is, but I mean, if I'm being honest, there's no reason this man should still be a billionaire by the end of this book. Crazy. Anyway, I loved it. I loved it. This has been so much fun. Now I would like to get into actually, let me touch on Rosie a little bit too. Rosie and Cora I love them both. I think I relate to Winter more, but I like Rosie more because I don't relate to her as much, you know? Like, what I relate to in Winter, I don't necessarily find super flattering about myself, I guess. But I really like Rosie. And it was really cool. Willa came back in this book from Chestnut Springs. Obviously, I've only gotten a glimpse of her, but I have bought her book now, so... Did I? I don't have the Willa one. That's the one I don't have. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll have to get it at some point, but... yeah, anyway. Cora was so cute. I love her so much. And when I was 12 years old, I was definitely swearing like a sailor to anyone that was not my parents. So I like her a lot. I like her a lot. And their whole... God, it was just so good. Their whole relationship, the three of them, all of their dynamics, the childhood friends to lovers, boss, employee, but the entire time the boss is like way overthinking if it's ethical or not. Truly. Single dad, just found out he's a dad, just became a dad to a 12-year-old. So good. So good. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I have to get Wild Eyes now. I'm is that what the second one's called? Is it Wild Eyes is the next one? Or Wild Side? Hard to keep track of all these names, Miss Elsie, but I want to get that one, the next one, really bad. Even though the little, like, sneak peek at the end of Wild Love is silly. It's really silly. Why is she taking the selfie with the bear? Not to spoil the first chapter of the book. But speaking of spoilers, now I'm going to get into the full spoiler discussion. So I'm going to start with Reckless. So obviously I have to read the other books, and hopefully in those I will get a little bit more perspective on Winter's pregnancy. And I understand and I love that, like, we miss all of the parts that Theo missed as well. But I don't want to. I want to know. Tell me what was happening. Why didn't anyone tell Theo that Winter was pregnant? How didn't it not come up at all? How did Theo not go to a single family event that Winter was at for a year and a half? How did that happen? Tell me, Elsie. That's literally my only complaint about Reckless. So good. It's not like super fresh in my memory because I read Wild Love and I fucking love that one too. But Theo, I love Theo. I love Theo so much. Please, I only want to read men that are written the way Elsie Silver writes them. Specifically in these two books. They're so good. They're so good. Like, also, I really love that at the end, like, not at the very end, but like closer to the end, you get like flashbacks of their first night together. I can't do it anymore. I'm in my romance era. Elsie Silver, you got 2 5 stars in a row for me. I don't know what to say. Like, and there's not that much that I have to say that spoils Reckless. And the main thing that I want to say that's a spoiler about Wild Love is I really love the journal entries. They're so cute. And oh my god, like, I don't know if I have the exact quote highlighted, I also love the emails. The emails between them are pretty funny and cute. But I don't need to find the quote. Basically, she was talking about like going back through and reading her journal entries, and she's like, I'm realizing that she was like, I was going back looking for evidence that I hated Ford, and I'm realizing that I might not have ever hated him at all. Oh my god. And she's like talking, I don't remember if it's like implied or basically outright said that like she's basically finding evidence that she loved him all along. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, childhood frenemies to lovers, please. 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 Oh my god. I forgot. The final reveal? That she's fucking pregnant again? Elsie Silver, take all of my money. Take it all right now. Please. Please. Oh my god. If I could pay someone to just like automatically extract 10 books at a time out of their brain, I would. Because I don't think I have, there's what, like 4 or 5 in the Gold Rush Ranch, and then I have 4 more. Okay, so I have like 10 of her books. That's not enough. I'm gonna finish those. I'm gonna finish them very quickly. If I can, like, if my romance era lasts that long, I'm gonna finish them. And then what? Please recommend me authors that have a similar vibe to Elsie Silver, please. Cowboy romance is everything I ever needed. How have I not gotten into this sooner? Ford Grant is not a cowboy, but he's a small town man. Small town man. And that's enough for me. And you know what? That's all I have to say about that. Ford Grant, you could only exist in fiction. Truly. And just all I have to say overall to close this romance era vlog out is I'm so happy to be here. It's so good. It's such a good time. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I cried like a lot at the ending of Reckless. Happy tears. Just so good. Just so good. Also, the character development in this book, they don't need to individually develop, I don't think. They're developing together, and they're developing their relationship with Cora. Oh my god. I still obviously love my horrors and my thrillers, and that's gonna be my main thing. But knowing that I love romance so much, and it'll be such a good palate cleanser, and I'm gonna have such a great time for the rest of February reading romance. We're just gonna have a great time. So good. So good. Alright. See you in the next one.